I haven't done this in forever, so it feels weird.
You can put them up post. It's fine.
That's fine. Well, no, I already have the whatever handles. I still had them saved in OBS, so I already have those pulled up again. So, welcome to the new segment, what would you call this? Series, I guess?
Multi-part episode series.
Multi-part episode series. So basically just a series where instead of talking sports like we have done in the past, now we're branching out into movies and other things that, well, those episodes and other things will come out later when we actually film those. And some might just be other people and that might not be here. But I'm your host as always. I'm Cabbage. People, introduce yourselves. Ignore this doll thing I'm waving.
Blackstain 132, what's going on?
Oh, good old Blackstain, huh? Anthony Meduzia, or you can find me at Tony Meduzia. Either one, I'm on Twitter. I've been blocked by NASCAR and NBC, and I'm working on IndyCar and NBC. Keep up.
Alright. Well, don't worry. Soon enough, he'll be blocked by almost all NASCAR.
No, not all NASCAR.
Oh, you're
NBC,
right. Just
NASCAR.
NBC. Just NBC. We
NBC
don't like NBC
in general.
Alright.
Will not apologize to them, by the way.
Why would you?
Anyway, I highly recommend checking it out.
All right, let's get this show rolling.
Yeah. So, I forgot to... Okay, I gotta turn on my phone and look at the questions again. So, it's not because I just, am a bad person.
Mark, do you want to introduce what we're talking about today?
Yes, I feel like he deserves it.
We decided to go into, because we normally talk about sports, and since sports no longer exist, along with religion and various other things, we've decided to go into pop culture. And obviously, the hottest ticket in entertainment is the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the MCU. And we thought we'd start off with Phase 1. So here we are with our inaugural I'm Not Saying... I'm Not Watchin.
Hey, we can change the title because no one really had a better one. I'm going with that. All right.
What are the movies in Phase 1? Who wants to take that one?
Movies in Phase 1. It starts off in 2008 with Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America, The First Avenger, and The Avengers. So those are the movies we're talking about.
Yeah, quick note on that. I haven't seen 2 of these movies.
Man, come on.
See, okay, my thing, though, with The Incredible Hulk is, though, the problem is they replace him the next time you see the Hulk.
Oh, we can get to that in a little bit because I'm pissed about that as well as you are.
I'm not pissed. I'm just saying. I'm like, part of me is like, well, how relevant is it if the, I'm trying to think. If basically the actor gets replaced like one movie in. Shit. So I also have not seen Thor 1, even though I have seen Thor Ragnarok. So,
do we want to talk about each of our favorite movies out of that?
Malcolm's got the questions. So.
Yeah, I got the questions.
Right. I didn't know.
Well, since Tony brought it up, might as well just start with question: which one did you guys like of the favorite of those? Which was your favorite? So, either of you want to go first, or
wow, you're intelligent. My favorite's either going to be Iron Man or Iron Man 2, hands down. Best films around. Robert Downey Jr. does an amazing job, like always.
I love Robert Downey. What a
guy.
Who
doesn't? What a guy.
Somebody.
I mean, did that list also include Captain America?
Yeah, the first one.
Yes. That's also a great movie, but I still give it to Iron Man 2 or Iron Man.
Did I see Iron? No, I did. I think I did see Iron Man 2. I just don't remember.
All on Disney Plus. Sponsorship, yeah. Disney Plus.
Hey, Disney, give me some money. I'm kidding. All right.
So my favorite movie out of the bunk, I gotta go Avengers. Huge Captain America fan, especially the first one, but the Avengers, it brought it all together. There were so many just smiles sitting in theaters, and I went to see the Avengers in theaters with a bunch of people, and I'd seen Iron Man. I'd seen The Incredible Hulk. I'd seen Thor. I did not see Captain America or Iron Man 2. So I didn't really understand that all of the characters were the same until I got there and the Avengers assembled. So I was sitting there like, oh, wait, I've seen this movie. Yeah, I remember that guy. And it really, I mean, it blew me out of the water sitting in theaters. And that was maybe the first time ever sitting in theaters. Well, because I was old enough probably to remember. It was probably the movie that at the time really, really sparked my imagination.
Right.
Go for an imagination.
He does.
When I was a youth, I did.
Honestly, for me, I think it's either Iron Man 1 or Avengers. Avengers basically for the same reason Jones was just saying. So, but Iron Man 1, I think I remember just liking Iron Man a lot. I saw it with our friend. I saw it with Andrew. It was a fun time. I just remember liking it. I think a lot. I mean, it's been a while since Phase 1.
Yeah, let's not forget, Iron Man was so successful that they immediately pushed out Iron Man 2. They had a plan of releasing all of the movies individually. Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Thor, Captain America. But because people fell in love with Iron Man and Robert Downey Jr., they had to push Iron Man 2 out immediately. It's kind of the same thing that, you know what? I can't think of what it is now. Kind of like Star Wars, how they rushed Solo. You know, they were like, oh, people like Star Wars, we'll push another one out, even though it was a story we didn't need, and that's a video for another time.
Well, I mean, I guess you say we don't need it. It was just more of kind of like, well, we don't have a major one for this year, so here's something to remind you, Star Wars. I like how I make hand gestures not near my camera. Alright, so... yeah, alright, let's move on next.
So we all agree with each other on that one.
Yeah, we all kind of do. We kind of either say Iron Man or Avengers was the better movies. Well, not better, but our favorite ones. I'm sure there's plenty of diehard Captain America people who are like, Captain America 1 was the best.
So does that beg the question, do we hate the other ones?
No.
Or do we just not like them?
See, here's the thing. I can't say do I hate the Incredible Hulk or do I hate Thor 1. For, as mentioned, I think at the beginning, I have not seen either of these movies. Sorry, I'm adjusting my webcam. I mean, I just haven't seen them, so it's wrong for me to say I hate something that I myself have not seen.
Fair enough. Shall we continue on then?
Yep. Alright, next we've got... what do you think was the biggest risk? Or maybe the riskiest movie, I guess. I mean... I'm trying...
I understand. The biggest risk that Marvel took.
That's what you mean. Okay, yeah. I see what you mean.
In Phase 1, I think the biggest risk they took was recasting Edward Norton in the Avengers. Because now, was Mark Ruffalo a better choice? Hell yes. But they had already established a character in Ed Norton. Now, I don't think Ed Norton's acting is particularly that great in that movie, but it's kind of like they took, Tom Brady, and then all of a sudden said, no, we're going to go, or no, sorry. It's kind of like they had Tyrod Taylor and said, no, we're going to go with, what's his name? Nathan Peterman for a game, even though he threw 5 interceptions, but kind of the opposite way. They started with Nathan Peterman and then went like, okay, terrible analogy.
You dragged it. You dragged it on so much that we're like, what are we going through?
I'm slowly trying to figure out what this analogy is.
They screwed over Edward Norton. Edward Norton should be the Incredible Hulk. Mark Ruffalo doesn't deserve that shit.
Here's the thing. How well received was Hulk 1? Or, not, the Incredible Hulk, I should say. How well received was it, and how well received was Edward Norton?
Number 2 flop. It still has a plus 50% on Rotten Tomatoes, but I believe it's the second lowest rated MCU movie to date. I believe Thor: The Dark World is number 1.
Wow. No one liked Thor: The Dark World, I guess. I didn't see that one either.
I really enjoyed The Dark World. But...
I have actually missed out on a good amount of Marvel movies, but I might actually have to go watch these.
Disney Plus.
I do have Disney for a year at least. But, I mean, biggest risk, oh god. I mean, I guess you could, in theory...
What was your risk?
I don't know, I mean, the Edward Norton thing, is pretty big, but also... I guess you could say I would say almost the Avengers itself, because think about how much time and money you probably spent to get, Chris Evans, Robert Downey, Edward Norton / Mark Ruffalo, and Sam Jack. Oh, and also the Thor and Loki, which I forgot their names, which was like Tom Hiddleston and God, whoever his name was. Liam Hemsworth. I saw you mouth it. For some reason, I'm not hearing your audio.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, if people can read lips, by all means,
Chris
translate.
Hemsworth, I thought.
Is it Chris? I thought it was Liam.
Yeah, it's Chris.
Who's Liam Hemsworth, and why do I know him?
His brother.
Well, obviously that, but I'm trying to figure out why. Liam Hemsworth. No, it is Liam Hemsworth. No, I think Liam Hemsworth was him.
Dude, Chris Hemsworth is Thor. Liam Hemsworth is his brother, formerly married to Miley Cyrus.
Oh, you're right. You're right. They just
Right.
They just look very similar. I got confused for a second.
They're brothers.
Really easily here.
If you look at my brother and look at me, would you go, "Oh yeah, you're brothers"? He was Gale in the Hunger Games.
Oh.
He was other, not pita bread love interest.
All right.
For those 8 people who probably still care about the Hunger Games in 2020.
Yeah. We could do a Hunger Games breakdown if people want.
Dude, I would do a breakdown of a lot of things. All right.
The last. Wait. I have one more. The biggest risk that they took. I think it's overlooked. Wasn't the Iron Man and all Iron Man 2 the start for the rebuild for Robert Downey Jr. because he was coming out of rehab and everything?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah. I think that was Iron Man 1 was his first big thing.
Marvel was
after
taking
the rehab.
A humongous chance with him with everything, and this immediately could have backfired and everything. But now he made good choices in his life.
It essentially relaunched his career.
His rock.
So actually, the true biggest risk was. So in the 90s, Marvel was running out of money. They were going for bankruptcy, and they sold a lot of their very famous movie rights to a lot of their famous characters. That's why Sony owns Star Wars, and X-Men and Fantastic Four formerly were owned by Fox. So they got a loan from Merrill Lynch for, I think it was $500 million, and they used their existing remaining characters as collateral. So if the Phase 1, if Iron Man wasn't a success, they would have, and they financially couldn't recover from it, they would have lost the rights to all their characters, and Merrill Lynch would have owned them and sold them to whatever movie company would have done. So, but Iron Man was so well received that people, my God, the Iron Man craze, they literally had to push out a second movie a year and a half later, because of the demand of people just loving Iron Man. I didn't get it when Iron Man came out. I think I rented it from Blockbuster, was still around then. I think I rented it from that. People were so crazy about it.
I'm a video type of guy.
Yeah, so I'm not joking. I didn't really get it for a while, and then really I didn't get it till the Avengers came out in 2012.
Don't you have a whole is it? I don't know if it's all Avengers or what it is movie pack, but I thought you had some Marvel movie pack or something.
I own all of them except the 2 Ant-Mans and the Guardians of the Galaxy and Doctor Strange.
Okay. You can also watch them all on demand through Disney Plus. Disney, we're here. Give us a sponsorship deal.
Tony's trying to sell out before we're even somehow financially in this. Tony's trying to be all right, don't worry. It's free real estate.
Don't forget, we got to have Busch here in the sponsorship as well. Busch beer. Reach for the mountains.
Maybe lesser known, Diet Snapple.
Ooh. Product placement.
And
Pepsi. Hold on.
We all have our drinks.
Dear Pepsi, bring back Pepsi Max. Pepsi Zero is not the same. We know you're lying to us. Stop it.
At all.
All right. Anyway, let's go back
let's
to
continue
Marvel.
on with the questions.
Back to
we are
Marvel.
making this video longer than it should be because of product
we
placements.
wanted this 15
I don't know
minutes, and we're probably at about like we're only at 16 minutes. We're already at like 16 minutes because we started 4 minutes after this recording started.
All right, lightning round then.
Well, kind of. All right. We'll try and lightning round these next couple, but there's one we could maybe leave a little more on. What movie could you get rid of, basically? What movie could you do without? For me, I know I haven't seen it, but Incredible Hulk, because they basically just reintroduced him later, because it's just like, hey, different person now. Who cares what happened in the other one?
Forget him. I agree. I think the Incredible Hulk, you can do without of it. Yeah, like Octum said, you get him reintroduced later. So basically, they were just bored and wanted to make a movie and said, all right, here it is.
I don't think there's going to be many people that would agree with what I'm going to say. But I'm going to go with Iron Man for the only reason Terrence Howard was War Machine. He was James Rhodey. He teased it wearing the War Machine armor. But who wore the Iron Man armor? It wasn't until Iron Man 2 when Don Cheadle himself put on the
Take
Iron
that
Man
crap and
suit.
get out of here. They needed Iron Man.
He's
Iron Man
He's Iron Man, but because Terrence Howard is a dirty person, and Don Cheadle has done such a good job picking up the slack that Terrence Howard left. That's why Iron Man is the movie that could have been left out. They could have went straight to Iron Man.
That's wrong.
And said these events already happened. That's what they did
wrong.
with Marvel later on.
All right.
Next.
Best acting.
Robert Downey Jr., hands down. That's what I'm going with.
All right.
He played the part so well as a billionaire.
You know, I think he does really play that. He does know how to play being Tony Stark really well.
Mm-hmm.
He does.
That's what all people are going to know him for the rest of his life.
Oh, no, almost any major MCU, like Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, Robert Downey, they're all going to be known probably as MCU guys.
Don't forget
the rest
Edward
of their
Norton
lives.
as
Edward.
Incredible Hulk.
See, here's the thing. But I forgot. I didn't even know who his name was until you said Edward Norton, who played the original Hulk in the Incredible Hulk. I didn't know.
Mark Ruffalo, not my Incredible Hulk.
Not my. Stop it. Stop it.
Start the campaign.
Oh
There's
my
our
god.
hashtag right there. Not our
Oh my
Mark
god.
Ruffalo, not my Incredible Hulk.
Terrence Howard, not my War Machine.
Oh my god. What's next? We're tackling this really well.
I think I have a title for this video now.
Right. So, my best acting is what's her name? Peggy Carter. Who's the name?
Yes.
I don't know.
Look up her name. I can't think of her name. I had it earlier, but
I remember her name.
My reason is Peggy Carter because her love story with Captain America with Steve Rogers in Captain America: The First Avengers is so believable that every time Captain America appears, you understand his pain of missing his date with Peggy Carter. All he wanted to do was dance.
Yeah.
Haley Atwell.
Haley Atwell.
Yep.
So it is.
Right. Yeah.
Remember, all the way at the end, we finally get to see him dance.
Yep.
And a tear reached every person in the theater's eye.
Yes.
I don't know if it was real, but it definitely was there. I was like,
they got the bottle of tears. There was the bottle of tears. Come on, it's Hollywood.
Yeah, they put it in post. CGI'd it in later.
CGI'd a tear. That's
CGI
everyone.
is...
CGI'd a tear to everyone in the theater.
CGI everyone in the theaters. That'd be funny. Okay.
Right.
I mean, I didn't entirely give my best acting, but I might just have to say Robert Downey.
Go for it.
I mean...
Yeah, you're...
I can't even think anymore. I was going to say... God, I really don't know. I think I might just keep with Robert Downey because I don't got anything. But also, I do think Chris Evans did a very good job as portraying, you know, the first Avenger and all that. And he was like, you know, he kind of kept the same way he was before he got all the genetic enhancing drugs that he did.
Steroids.
Essentially.
Side note, the guy who played Skinny Captain America, he should actually be the real MVP of
I think I actually almost slightly meant him, because I forgot it wasn't the same person.
Can we get an actor check to see if we can give him credit? Who played Skinny Steve Rogers?
Skinny Steve. Oh, you love to see it. Okay, I should have kept the word actor because now I just have many pictures of Skinny Steve Rogers on my desktop.
Okay, now it looks like he's... I'm not going to say what he's looking at, but I'm not going to make
His name is Leander Deeney. Deeney? Sure.
Shout out to him. Shout out to him.
Whatever his...
Good for him, though. I don't want news.
Hey, whatever product placement he has, we're sponsoring it, too.
Thank you, Skinny Captain America. Sorry, that's what you might only be known for.
Sorry, but...
All right. If we could change one actor, who would it be?
Edward? No, not...
Bring it back.
Bring it. Full circle. Let's go again.
Oh, boy.
One more.
I would make Emma Watson the Black Widow instead of Scarlett Johansson. No, I'm just kidding.
Part of me was like,
what?
No. She was too young in 2008. She hadn't even finished whatever. But if you were to recast it for today, she'd probably be the lead for that role, I think, right? All right.
No.
Anyway.
I would go, if you want to go with Black Widow and changing that character, I would either go with Anne Hathaway because she was filming the Dark Knight movies right around that time in the 2008 year. And she was looking good.
Yeah, she lost 15 pounds for that role, but she didn't have 15 pounds to lose.
I feel like I had someone in mind, but I don't know for that. I typed in female, and the first thing that came up was female Seth Rogen, and I don't really feel comfortable with that. No, or was it female Steve Rogers? It was either female Steve Rogers or female Seth Rogen, and I don't know which I feel weirder about, personally.
Are you cross-dressing again, Akram?
No comment. God, biggest acting, if you had to change an actor
that I would replace. I would probably replace, as a fan cast, I would replace Chris Evans with John Hamm because I would love to see John Hamm as a major superhero. I don't think he has the flexibility to be Captain America, but I would love to see it. But the other the one that I would change would probably be Gwyneth Paltrow. Yeah, I would just get another actress. She was super popular then, but I would get another actress that just looks better with Robert Downey Jr. because Gwyneth Paltrow's taller, and
yeah, that's right. I think I've heard about this.
She's taller than Robert Downey Jr. So that's the only thing that, like, on camera, it just looks a little weird. That's all I gotta say. Now, Gwyneth Paltrow's done a phenomenal job in the kind of, she's like a big role in the Iron Man story, but really an MCU side character. But yeah, so I would replace with something that's better.
All right.
Well, let's look at it this way. Okay. What if you take a what if? Like, what if Iron Man wasn't played by Robert Downey Jr. and he was played by like someone like Matt Damon or
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise even.
You got it, Matt Damon, right there.
Actually, I feel like Matt Damon would have kind of been funny at it. I don't know if he would have been good, but I think it would have been funny at least because it's Matt Damon.
Wasn't that that could have been. That would have been.
Now, my two answers. A, joke answer. Every female lead replaced by Natalie Portman. Next question.
Next question.
next question.
Moving.
And then reality. I mean, God, thinking about that. I mean, in reality, I have like nothing. It's hard for me to think because it's like I can't see anybody else doing those roles better than they did, really. So it's kind of hard for me.
Difficult because they've done such a phenomenal job casting.
Exactly.
It's not like Jared Leto Joker.
They did.
It's not like It's not like the Joker who really has been replaceable since Heath Ledger.
No, every person who played the Joker has either won an Oscar or been nominated, except for Jared Leto.
Oh God, yeah, I think
for that role.
Jared Leto was the worst Joker by hands down, but that's another topic for another day.
All right, one quick question on that: if Heath Ledger was still alive, would he still have won that Oscar?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
I know.
Absolutely.
I know we're getting into DC.
Role actor. That's the thing. It's a supporting role at Oscar.
Makes sense.
But
all right.
You would have won.
All right, and final one for this: if you could basically put any Marvel character in the Phase 1, and who is it? And how do you do it? Was that it? Oh, who and where?
I would do because Ant-Man was, and I would put him in Iron Man 2. Ant-Man was supposed to be the movie released before the Avengers, and he was supposed to be an original Avenger, but there was like a whole director miscommunication, creative differences. So, anyways, I would put Ant-Man in, and I'd sneak him in the first Iron Man movie, the second Iron Man movie, and he would kind of be a Black Widow role, but on a different subplot. Because Black Widow was a side character there, and then she ended up taking down the house. Ant-Man would have taken down the house somewhere else in Iron Man 2.
Okay.
And I'm sticking with Paul.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd is one of my favorite actors. I was watching Clueless the other day, and goddamn, Paul Rudd has aged fabulously.
Call me over?
You know, it was at 1 in the morning. Or it was like 11:30. You still want to come over and watch Clueless?
Blanket.
For me, I don't know what I would change. I would have to look at it again and see what I could move around. I do like how the order is already, so I'm not moving anything too much around.
It's also like if you could have introduced somebody else.
That is true. I like I said, I would have to take a look at it and everything. I'm not going to give it. I don't know. It's an interesting question.
Could be Martian Manhunter from DC. I mean, come on.
From Martian Manhunter.
Are you gonna reintroduce Batman then? Batman's gonna make an appearance?
God. Okay.
Have it be a Batman movie that Iron Man comes into. Wait, you're rich. I'm rich.
It's a Batman movie. It's Iron Man movie, but secret.
Christian Bale's my Batman, by the way.
Christian Bale. God, yes.
Another video.
Yeah. Hang on. Let me say my things, and we can tangent after this. We can tangent a little bit. Now you're making me think. And you're buying me time. Thank you. I could introduce him. God, I do like the Ant-Man bid though. I do like Ant-Man. I think he is honestly my favorite character. I love Ant-Man. God. I almost want to say I don't know. Part of me feels like you could have tried. No, you couldn't have done Winter Soldier because Captain America was right before Avengers 1, right? So that wouldn't have worked. God, some of these are just so tied. It just is really on the timing, and it's hard to shove them in just anywhere. Like Ant-Man can make sense.
I mean, the MCU is pretty seamless.
I mean, yeah. It was very good planning and very good, kind of timeline of things.
for you, Octum, I would say Natalie Portman introduced earlier than the fourth MCU installment.
Natalie Portman is Red Skull confirmed.
Natalie Portman gets all of her own films.
Come on, don't ruin Natalie Portman.
I'm kidding.
Like no. What about Jessica Alba as Captain Marvel instead of Brie Larson, released during Phase 1 because it was in the 1980s?
Oh, like it's like I see. Well, here's the thing though. If you're trying to lead up to like an Avengers type thing, but she wouldn't have been in Avengers 1 at all. So it wouldn't entirely have made sense, because 80% of like those movies was, here are your 4 heroes, they get their own little story. You kind of get the villain at some point, maybe in Thor. Again, I never saw Thor once, I don't know. But so again, it's hard to just go, yeah, shove him here, it'll be fine. I mean, maybe you could have done something with Fantastic. So maybe you could have done something with Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, if they had the license.
I don't think you can replace Jessica Alba with Brie Larson. I think you just keep Brie Larson.
Well, yeah. I like Brie Larson.
I do too.
That's not bad.
Fine. Okay. All right. We'll get into Phase 3 another time.
That's that might be a couple weeks down the line, depending on if we decide to just keep going all Marvel.
Availability schedule in quotation marks.
Availability called, as long as I'm not closing, I basically can do a video.
Yeah. But we got so I went with Ant-Man, introduced in the second Iron Man movie. Tony, what did you go with again?
Absolutely nothing right now.
No
on. I don't know what you would change. I would have to take a really good look at it before I would.
I'm honestly
figure out something that I would want to have.
Tony, if I were to answer for you, I'd say put Edward Norton in the Avengers.
put Edward Norton's Hulk just comes out of one of the space portals in from like the Tesseract or whatever.
Yes.
And he brings him back.
Can someone out there that probably watches this video, could they take Edward Norton's face and put him over Mark Ruffalo's in all the movies? So at least I know he was there.
Get rid of just CGI and Mark Ruffalo, CGI and Edward Norton.
I've been saying this for a while. Why can't Marvel? You know how Star Wars has done so many re-releases and altered the movie slightly? Why can't Marvel take Don Cheadle, have him just for 3 days act out scenes from Iron Man 1, and then they could digitally put him in that movie and release it and make $1 billion off a Blu-ray release?
So, my one joke on this right now is the way this was going is, you know how everyone's like begging for, like, I forgot what movie it is, or like release the Snyder cut or whatever. I forgot what it was. Was it Justice League?
Yep.
It's like, release the Edward Norton cut, release the Terrence Howard cut.
They know they have the Edward Norton films already in the back. Come on, release them.
Also, Marvel.
No, they're coming out with a 6-part series on Hulu that is the Snyder cut, unfinished.
All right.
CGI.
Oh, also the J.J. Abrams cut for one of the Star Wars movies.
J.J. Abrams had
the full J.J. cut, because I think they like really edited it and got rid of some parts that would have maybe made things make more sense somehow, seeing as things just, I don't know, part of me feels like the
J.J. Abrams had to save the Star Wars series.
No, dude, that's in the pipeline, don't worry.
You know, you could have taken 7 and ran with, okay, I'm going to stop because we'll tangent. But yeah. Also, so my bid is for Spider-Man. Because I feel like you could have maybe found a way to get Spider-Man in there.
Oh, yeah, now I'm thinking about it. You can get Spider-Man a little bit earlier in.
You probably could have gotten Spider-Man in earlier. The problem is they didn't have the rights.
What Spider-Man would you have gotten in? Would it have been Tobey Maguire? Would it have been Andrew Garfield? Or would it have been a new one / Tom Holland?
I think we have to go with the original Spider-Man.
You know what? Tony's saying original Spider-Man. So, Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire, the man.
I mean, it depends what...
This for another video, guys.
You know what? I would say no, what you do is, you do one with each of them in the MCU, and then you make a Spider-Verse movie, where they all connect.
Okay, yeah, now we're good.
Conspiracy theories.
Let's wrap this up.
Yeah. We're done now. We're done. That's it.
Enough.
We finished it.
Let's give our thanks to our sponsors that should be our sponsors: Disney Plus,
Snap.
Bush Beer, Bush Light. Follow them on Twitter. Bush Beer, if you watch this.
Also, Marvel What If streaming this December in Disney Plus, unconfirmed.
Disney Plus for all of us.
All right.
I believe it's next spring.
Oh.
What he said. Someone edit that out. Wait, that's me.
So
All right.
Okay, let's go.
This has been fun.
Yeah.
But we'll try starting in the next one. I'm here with your boy Cabbage. I got Anthony Meduzia, and right here with Black Stang. Thanks, guys. See you next time.
Bye.
Yep.